Okay, here we are back with part 12 of producing 8 songs in 8 days. I just this morning completed the last of the 8 vocals. I was only able to live stream one of those because I was having audio and OBS crashing issues, but I did get one of them. So if you want to check out the recording process on one of the songs, that would be in part 11. But in this one, this couple of videos, or at least this one, is going to be a little administrative because this is the stage where I'm going to be creating voice models, AI voice models, to transition the pre-recorded vocals that I did that need to be transitioned to other characters, children's voices, female voices, and so on. So the first thing that I need to do in this video, in this live stream, is to go over here to this tool that I use. There's a few AI voice modeling tools out there. Some people use Google Colab for some of the more beta level things, but there's a couple subscription model based ones. This is musicfi.lol. It's actually pretty good for what the subscription cost is. It's like $10 a month. I go ahead and I subscribe to that, and that gives me one custom voice model and then a series of existing voice models. So I'm going to be using both the artist vocals here. There's a whole slew of artist vocals that you can select, and these are all copyright free, so you could change a male to a female, and these are not specific artists or people. These are just styles and characteristics, and they're all these, at least these are fairly pop oriented vocals, which for our purposes are going to be perfect. So I'm going to be using some of these, but I'm also needing to create a custom one. And the other cool thing about this site is that you can create a custom voice. With my subscription, I get one at a time, which means if I need to do multiple custom voices, I have to literally upload the files for one, let it crunch it down. That usually takes about 2 hours, and then export all the files I need from that voice, and then go through that process again. If I were to pay more, I could get more voices. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and do that because the custom voice I'm going to be using is actually one of my 12-year-old twins. Over the years, I've recorded her voice in the studio for various children's projects. So I have tons of recorded audio for her, which is really good. So I have a folder with some of her folders. So let me show you how easy it is to clone a voice. It actually is very easy. I'm going to name this one. I'm going to name this one Tori because that's the name of the twin that we're going to be modeling. And we'll go ahead and do 48K. Model quality, I want to go ahead and max that out. So it's going to take the most amount of time. It's going to take you, as you say, up to about 2 hours. Turn that all the way up. And then the next thing it's asking for is for me to select some files, which is basically recordings of her voice. And so I'm going to grab those from my hard drive real quick. I have a voice model folder. And then these are untrained, meaning these are just raw vocals. Addie is my other twin, and Tori is this one, and this is when she was 9. So this is a series of audio files. Each one is taken from a project we did a few years ago. Each recording is about 30 seconds long. So there's about, in total, about 3 minutes of audio, which for our purposes should be enough. Hopefully it'll be enough to get a good model. So I'm going to go ahead and upload those. And so after a few minutes, it's going to upload these and then let me know when it's ready for the next step. So there we go. So I click that. So it's going to do a little bit of thinking for a little bit. This AI technology, I mean, there's a lot of controversy and a lot of interest as it relates to production, songwriting. And, there are some people who believe that the way that we make music today is going to completely change in 5 to 10 years. I don't know that I quite would go that far, because I just don't think that AI will ever be able to generate something truly unique and truly creative. That's always going to need that human element. But I think as a starting point and as a resource, like how we're using it, I feel like the way that we're going to be using AI is actually a perfect application. In fact, it's not taking my job away at all. In fact, it expands exponentially what I'm able to offer a client, because I can not only offer them a quality male vocal that sounds like me, but I can also offer quality female vocals with my performance skill and a different voice model. I can basically create an unlimited number of both male and female voices, adult and children voices, and even characters, like very distinct voices. All those can be modeled. It's a pretty exciting thing. And it actually has already opened up lots of opportunities. Not excluding this current project that I'm working on. So those are ready for processing, and so it's graded each audio recording. I'm not sure why those were rated as medium, but I'm sure they'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this, and then the next thing it's gonna tell us is that this voice is now training, which means I need to wait some time, which is why I did this first, because this takes a little bit of time. So I need to, before by the time hopefully that I'm ready for that particular voice, the cloning process will be complete. So now we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to go back into my DAW. I'm going to go back into Logic, and I'm going to export all of my vocal tracks that are going to be exported, that are going to be cloned. So I just want to do a little bit of a check here just to make sure. Sometimes my screen sharing crashes inside of OBS. Just want to make sure that all that is working. Okay, so from here, we're going to be basically identifying the tracks that need to be replaced, and then we're going to export them to be used in our voice modeling software. So I'm going to open up the first project. And you might remember back in an earlier live stream where we produced all the music for this and then also recorded the vocals. So let's take a quick listen to this one. Might take a second for it to load. It's doing a lot of thinking. Oh, it has to do the freezing process again. Gotcha. Okay, so great. All right, so as you can hear, you hear a sped up version of my voice. I because these are all high pitched, I slowed everything down so that I could sing it in my range, which makes kind of this chipmunk effect, which is basically inconsequential for the AI process, because it really doesn't matter what the input vocal sounds like as long as it's executed and performed well. But that voice right here, basically all of these voices will be replaced with a female vocal. So all of them. So all we have to really do here is select all of the tracks that I'm going to be exporting for voice modeling. So pretty much all of them. So to export these tracks, I'm going to go ahead and do a Command E to export. And I'm going to take a look here and basically see how I want to export these. I think probably exporting these with the channel strip on is probably a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave the processing on. Just a little bit of compression, a little bit of all of that, which is probably a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and leave everything as it is. I'm going to export these tracks. And where these are going to go is a folder that I create here. And let's go into it. Find my project that we're working on. And here they all are. So what we'll do is for each song, I'm going to go ahead and create a, well, let's see, how should we organize this? Let's think here. I want to organize, should I organize? I should organize it by artist. Trying to think of the easiest way to organize all of these. I'm going to organize it by song. Yeah, that's probably the best thing. So let's do that. So we're going to organize it by song. So I'm going to create inside of here, I'm going to just call this Fi because the service that I use is Music Fi. So I'm just going to call it my Fi folder. So we're going to put it in there. And then all of those files that I just created to go into the Fi folder. And those are the ones that we're going to be modeling. So export those. So it's just going through the project and just exporting those individual tracks as individual audio files. Okay, so that's all done. And we can save and then close out of that. And then we basically have to do that for the remaining 7 songs. And I think there's maybe one song that doesn't need any modeling. It's actually going to be my voice, believe it or not. But let's take a listen to this one. Oh, these projects take a little bit to load. So we'll just have to wait on that. Okay.
How, what, where, why, what, where, why, how, what, where, why, what, where, why, A to twist, scientist.
Okay, so good. These will all also be,
She's gonna find out what the answer is. Under here, over there.
again, it's got that chipmunk voice because I had to pitch it up for female. But again, we're just going to export all of these tracks here. And we'll grab those as well. Okay. And we're going to go here. Whoops. Wait a second. Did I? Oh, I put that in the wrong folder. Okay, I need to make sure I get that in the right spot. And go ahead and export those. Great, so that's that batch. Save and quit or close out of it. Now I noticed that I put this in the wrong folder, so that goes in there. So, all right, perfect. Now, next song is Bark to the Beat. Let's open that one up. And I believe there's one vocal. I'm going to go ahead and model all of these, even the one that says lead vocal male. I'm going to model that as well because I might use a different voice model. I might use my voice, but I also might decide to use a voice model. We'll see, because there's some male ones in there that might sound good for that style. So again, we're going to model all of these, and we have quite a few. And whoops, let's undo that. Let's just go all the way down there. So quite a lot of vocals in this one. We're going to export and totally make sure that we are in the right folder. Bark to the Beat. And let's create that Fi folder. And there we go. Okay. Now We can save and close. Next song is Do the Mecha Cookie Dance. There isn't actually going to be any modeling in that one, so we can skip that one. And I don't think On the Move is going to have any modeling either. Let's open it up and take a listen.
Hit the siren.
Definitely have modeling on this one that we need to do.
Crew is on the move. Our crew is on the move. Our rescue crew is on.
Okay, perfect. So all of these will be modeled. And let's grab all of those. What is this track down here? That seems kind of random. What is that?
Our rescue crew is on the move. Our crew is on the move. Our rescue crew is on the move.
What is this track right here?
Our rescue crew is on the move. Our crew is on the move. Our rescue.
That was something that was probably meant to be deleted. Glad that we caught it. Okay, let's turn off that solo. Or yeah. Okay. Let's grab this. Grab that. Grab that. And all of these. So we'll export all of these tracks. And again, navigate to the right folder. Okay. Perfect. Now I want to make sure that all of these are just ending up in the right folders. It seems to be. Yep. Okay, good. Good deal. Right. So these are all going to the right folders. Excellent. Okay, perfect. Good deal. So perfect. So that covers that one. Just want to make sure. Did we get it? I think we did. That's On the Move. This was a short one. Want to make sure that we got that. Yep. All those are in. Okay, moving on to the next song. Let's save that and close it. Moving on to Rubble and Crew. Now, I think this is the other one that doesn't need any voice modeling, but we'll double check just to be sure. Who's got a lot of work to do? Rubble and Crew. Who's always built. Okay, that one does not need. That's going to be my vocal. So this will be my cameo in this project. All right, so we can close out of that, save it. And I'm a Firefighter definitely has some modeling in it. So let's open that one up. We'll give this one a second to load. Okay, so let's see which tracks here are we going to.
Think plays, make way. I'm on the job with no.
Okay, so I'm a Firefighter. These are going to be all. These I'll probably be replacing with my daughter Tori's voice. So we can go ahead and export these. Let's export that, navigate to the right folder. Create the folder. Right. right. And let's see.
No delay, huge flames.
So I think we exported it. Let me just be sure. Yes, we did. Okay, so this one's done. That one's going to be really cute when we get that voice replaced on it. All right, we're getting close to, we got one more to go. Oh, the Bubble Guppy song. Definitely got to replace all those vocals. And if you're tuning into this, this is some pretty cutting edge stuff. I don't think I've seen a lot of people quite going here with AI vocals. I just kind of dove into it because I had a potential project that needed voices. I'm like, well, let's give it a try. We benchmarked it, and we were surprised at how good the AI vocals sounded on projects for this application. Because one thing about AI vocals is that there's some voices, living voices, that don't exist anymore. And imagine being able to take a voice model of somebody who's not even with us anymore and being able to recreate content with that voice. I mean, so I know there's a scary part of it of somebody deep faking you. And of course, there's always the potential of people using this technology for ill deeds. But there's also, I think, a potential for just new and extended content. For me, when I think about AI technology in this type of environment, I'm like, oh, wow, this opens up way more opportunities. It doesn't eliminate opportunities for me. It has opened up new opportunities. It's kind of exciting. But of course, I am nervous about the potential side effects for sure. But I assure you, today we'll be using this for good. And so we want to take all of these Bubble Guppy voices. As you can hear, they're going to sound like chipmunks.
Making music with my fans and guppy friends. We love to rock it in the
So this isn't a chipmunk album. This is going to be a actual character. I think those are going to be also replaced with Tori as well. So let's export these tracks. Move them over to the right folder. And let's go to We Totally Rock. Create our folder for that. Select it. All right. So we've exported our last batch. So as you can see, we've got a lot of folder or a lot of files that we have to now export, or we've just exported, but now these are all the individual files that we have to process through the AI engine. And there isn't quite yet a batch process for this. But there is MusicFi has close enough of a batching process. So now we're ready to go ahead and start modeling. So the only voices that I can model at this point are just the female voices. Tori's not ready yet. Hers won't be ready for another hour or two. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the artist vocal section here, and we're going to first upload our source files that we're going to be working with. So first of all, let's just go back to one of our 5 folders, and we'll start with A Touch of Magic. Now, A Touch of Magic, I know that's one that we need specifically female vocals, not necessarily children's vocals. So I'm just going to take, I don't know if it'll let me load in multiple ones. Oh, it will. Okay, that's new. So it's actually updated the ability to upload multiple files for processing, which saves me a lot of time, actually. So there they go. Hopefully they'll all come in. Will they? Will they? Because I don't see them. Do I have to load them in one at a time? Okay, so let's try one at a time. Okay, so it did one. Now let's see if I can do another one. So I'll have to load them in individually. So there's still a little bit of manual loading to it, but I can at least queue them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Got all these almost loaded. And this last one here at the bottom. Okay, so all of our files for this song have been uploaded. And so all that we have to do over here is select our artist vocal. Now, I have a favorite that's kind of my go-to. I get the best results from it. Leela is kind of my favorite. And you actually can hear what each voice sounds like before you choose it for processing. So this is what Leela sounds like.
Whoever said money can solve your problems must not have had enough money to solve them.
Okay, so it's a pretty good vocal. So we're going to select that one. Okay, wait. So is it selected? Because that's what I wanted to do. So it's selected. Now, oh, I see. 1 out of 4 generations available. Oh, clear. So wait a second. I think I understand why it's doing this. I just need one. Oh, I see. So I select what I want and then I just go continue. Got it. Okay. So I don't need to change pitch. Sometimes I'll adjust the pitch up an octave to go from male to female, but in this case, I don't need to change the pitch because during the recording process, I slowed the recording down so that I could sing it in my range. But I do want to go ahead and engage this high quality mode, this master mode. Should generate a slightly better recording. I don't need to remove an instrumental because these are acapellas that we're submitting. And so then I just hit this button and then it begins the modeling process. And since we've got so many files here that we're working with, this could take a decent amount of time. All right. Now it's hard for me to believe that it would have processed all of those that fast. So I have a feeling that let's see. Let's see, because I can go down here and I can select all of each one. So it's at 1L-1. So let's go to this lead vocal first. Let's go to that one because that's going to have the most content on it. So to give you an idea of what the original sounded like, I think that would be this one.
Magic's everywhere if you truly see what the world can bring. Make a wish.
Okay, so that's my original chipmunk vocal, right? Okay, so that's the original. Now, drum roll. Let's listen to this original or this new AI generated one. Now,
It's a beautiful thing when you truly see what the world can bring. Make a wish, share a dream, 'cause magic's everywhere if you just believe. And now I've got this feeling deep inside.
so it's a pretty good vocal. You heard the original. And so it's a very believable female vocal. And especially, I mean, you hear a little bit of artifacting in it, but when you add the music to it, it's basically indistinguishable. It just sounds like a good, highly compressed vocal. Now, these files do generate, you hear that noise. You do have to do cleanup after the fact to get rid of the noise before and after. But other than that, it's a very solid vocal. So I'm going to select each of these and export it. So I could just put it right in that same folder. So now we're just going to go through and we're going to select each of these. Just want to make sure that this.
Now I've got this feeling deep inside.
Okay, so these it processed all of them, which is super awesome. This does save me actually a whole lot of time because this process used to take a lot longer. 3L, go to 3L. And then 3R. So we have to export them individually. I wish that there was like a batch function where I could just do all these in one go, but this is still actually a lot faster than it used to be, which is super great. Because as you can see, we've got a lot of songs to get through these on. And 5R should be the last one we need. All right. So first song is exported, and we got to hear kind of a snippet. Sounded like it turned out really, really great. Okay, so now, in order to hopefully refresh the palette, yep, get those files out. I just hit refresh the page. So now it's time to upload the next song, which in this case is going to be Ada Twist. Ada Twist is also just female vocals, so I can go in and start uploading these. Now, oh, those are more harmonies. Okay, gotcha. Those, I don't like the name of that, but all right, cool. So these are, now I might see if I can find another voice model that might have just a little bit more attitude than Leela. See what we got. Let's see what Nina sounds like. I should be hearing this one. I want to play. Huh. I want that play. Strange. Okay, so let's select that one. I think I can. Oh well. Hopefully, we'll just give Tina a try. And again, we don't need to raise the pitch or anything, so we're just going to process all of those and give it a few seconds for it to do its thing. And like I say, I'm actually surprised that it's processing this many files this quickly because this is what it used to take to process individual files. So this process many times would take a long time, but it seems to at least be somewhat of a batch situation, which is very handy because when you've got a lot of files to convert, this could be a very tedious process. Worth it, but tedious. Now, occasionally, sometimes even with their professional models, sometimes vocals will drop out, like volume. I'll experience volume dropouts, and I'm not sure why that is. It's a little annoying. Maybe a bug in the current stage of AI development, but I'm sure as this continues, it's just going to get better and better. Okay, so Tina is the artist. Oh, I can select multiple artists. That's what I should have done. Okay, so let's take a look at this lead vocal dry to see how Tina sounds on this vocal. Now, everything isn't loading. So I wonder if I have to go to my history because I can't play it. I can't download it. Huh. That's interesting. Let me try going into my history. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes there's little glitches. My history. Okay, let's go back and just. Okay, these all say Tina. So it did record them, which is nice. Okay, those are the Lila ones. Okay, so let's just listen to these and see if they turned out decent. Oh, it's not letting me play them for whatever reason. Let me see if it'll let me download it. Let's download this and see if it actually works. Okay. That says Leela. I downloaded the wrong one. Should be Tina. Eat your food, Tina. All right, here we go. Let's see. Leela, Tina. Let's download that one. Whoa. Okay, so there's clearly an error. Ah, okay. So I wasn't imagining things. So let's just start over again. And we'll just have to upload these all again. What? No, I don't want to. I don't want to record. That's not what I was trying to do. Don't allow. All right. Try this one more time. I'm just going to quit out of Safari because I'm not trusting that because things are not loading, which means it's telling me, it tells me that something's not working. So let's go back in here. And let me try to go back into my history and see if I can play some of these. Because I think it's probably more of a user interface issue than it is an actual functioning problem. Because I think these did get recorded or did get processed rather. Yeah, so now it's
How, what, where, why? What, where, why? How, what, where, why? What, where, why?
okay.
Iggy Beck, architect, and Rosie Revere, engineers.
Yes. These turned out great. Okay. So we're just going to go up the list rather, and record each of these. This is probably the easier way to do it anyway. Go to the history. Download them individually. Okay. Yeah, this actually is saving me a lot of time from how long this used to take. This is a lot easier. Okay. So let's see if we have. Let's listen to this lead vocal. See what this sounds like.
Made a twist, scientist. She's gonna find out what the answer is. Under here, over there.
It's great. It's great. All right, let's move on to our next song. This is going great. Let's go back to, again, artist vocals. Let's load up our next batch of files. Ada Twist, Bark to the Beat. I believe Bark to the Beat is going to be a female voice. It's the voice of a dog, but I think the original voice was more of a female voice playing that role as opposed to a child. So I think we're going to process these. Wait a second. Oh, yes, we have exported those. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, let's do Bark to the Beat. We're going to do all of these as just female voices. So we're just going to start downloading these, or uploading these rather. All right, 2 more to go. Oh, this one had quite a few. Yeah, I am thankful that they added this pseudo batching process in here. So since we can select multiple artists, I will select, my favorites. We'll do Leela. Let's do Tina. She was good. And Nina. Let's do those 3. Let's just select those 3. And we'll do high quality. And let's hit it. And I can, what's great is I can download all of them and then choose which ones I like the best, which is great. It's surprising to me that even when I select multiple voices and lots of files, the processing time is the same. That's actually a little perplexing to me that that would be the case, but I am certainly not complaining. It's moving along pretty quickly. But because I did pick multiple voices, I'm sure it's going to at least take a little bit longer, I would imagine. Hopefully not. There we go. We got some results here. So what I want to do is I want to select, this one is Bark to the Beat. So let's first listen to Leela singing let's listen to Leela on the howl. Let's see if what that howl sounds like.
Hello!
So the howls may not work entirely well with the model. Let's see what Tina sounds like on that. Oh, it's not the right file. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. I may not use any of those. Let's try. Oh, that's the bark. Yeah, I won't be using any of those. Let's try the lead vocal dry. I want to hear Leela on the lead vocal dry. Let's see what that sounds like. We should be hearing something by now. Yeah, this is what happens sometimes. Oh, that's a bark. That's not the right. I did the wrong thing. Okay, Leela, lead vocal. Gee whiz. Okay, let's try that again.
It's a new day, it's a new dawn. If I fall down, keep a move on. See the blue sky down the sidewalk. Keep my head up, make my own road. If the rain comes and the light's gone, never too late to prove I'm all wrong. I'ma stand my ground. I'm living in the clouds.
Okay, that's definitely what we want to go with. So we'll go with Leela. So I'm going to go back to my history and hopefully all of the, so let's go. Yep. So, oh no. Oh, I see. Oh, I gotcha. Oh man. So that, I should do these separately so that I don't get confused. Let's just go, we'll download all of them. That way. Okay. Because there's a ton. Man, it's going to be a lot to download, but it's good. Well, it's going to be a lot of files. Okay. So those are all, okay, perfect. Okay, we'll start here and we'll just work our way up. Oh, what? Oh man. What's going on here? So like I said, it's not perfect. You do have to kind of fuss with it a little bit. Ugh, come on. Are you gonna be giving fits all day? All right, hang on a second. That is really frustrating. Okay, what do we have here? What do we get? So we have Tina Bark 1L. Oh, we don't want the barks anyway. Let's just delete those because we don't want the. Oh, that says Tina SSL. That's not even in this project. So yeah, I don't want to get confused. All right, so let's go back. Okay. Okay, skip the barks. Those are definitely not going to be used by us. Okay. I'm just going to go with Leela on these vocals. I'm just going to go with the Leela tracks. Okay. And the next one is this one. Oh, jeez. Why is this? So we are on Bark 2. I don't want bark. I don't want. Oh, this is so confusing. Yeah, I'm not doing it this way anymore. There's just too many to sort through. All right, let's just go through. All right. I know I want the Nina. I want the Leela throws. Definitely want those. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. So this is where sometimes Musicfy can be frustrating because you're trying to download stuff and it throws a kink in it. So let's throw this in a. Oh, man. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if maybe this is any better in Chrome. Processing, and it doesn't want me to know that it's still processing, so it's just giving me errors. I mean, there was quite a lot of files in there, so that is at least possible. Well, let me try to see if we get a better result by going. Okay. Now let's see if I can log in here. Okay, John Smith. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to go to my live camera so that you can't see my email. I got to log back in here. Not. No. Open this in Chrome browser. So we can do it here. Unable to sign in. Sign in link is no longer valid. Sign in. Okay. Grab that again. Let's go. There we go. Sorry, I'll bring it back to my screen in just a second. You know that whole part that I said this is going much faster? I kind of jinxed myself, I believe. Right. Okay, so now we're back. Let's go back to my screen. We're going to try to see if doing this in Chrome works better. It's possible. All right. So let's go back to my history. I'm just going to go through here and just select all of these that I know that I want. Nope. Okay, we're going to start over this one. Apparently it is not a browser issue. But I'm gonna work with a smaller batch. I'm not gonna try to do so much. So let's go to log in. All right, perfect. All right, we're gonna work exact same song, and we did get a couple of these. Did we? Just one. I think it just to be safe. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that just in case it's not the right one. Okay, so we're gonna just work with a smaller batch. And I think we have 3 left. Or 4 left. And last one. Okay, so let's try this again. Artist, we're just gonna select 1, not 3. We're not gonna break the matrix again. All right. High quality, and let's process it. So again, it's not without its kinks, and maybe because of the high level of processing that it requires, but the potential here with AI modeling used wisely is very good because, well, I mean, in my case, I'm able to do things that I otherwise would not be able to do. I wouldn't be able to create in-house productions that have male and female singing in it. I can sing my voice, but I'm just one voice. Now I have access to credibly reproduce many voices. So far, I've used this to recreate not only normal sounding voices like male and female, but also character voices. Voices like Grover, Ernie, Cookie Monster. I even did a Barney project where I had to recreate Barney's voice, and it's pretty spot on, really, when you look at everything. Okay, so what I want to do is, okay, so we know we're not going to use the bar because I did upload them, but I know we're not going to use them. So let's look at this lead vocal dry, and let's listen to it and see how it turned out. Yeah, that one's great. So let's just go from the top, and we'll grab all of these that we know that we want. I know that I want 1L. We want 1R. 2L. Okay, I completely lost track. Okay, it's on. Oh, wait. It's on 1L. Oh, wait. Huh? What do we have here? Take a look so I don't lose my place. 1L, 1R, 2L, 2R. 1L, 1R, 2L, 2R. It's still on the bark one. So let me just double check again so I don't lose. So I left off at 2R. 2R. 3L. 3L. And 3R. Oh. Oh. Interesting, because I don't see 3R in the. Got the barks. I got 1L, 1R, 2L, 2R, 3L, 4L, 4R. Okay, so we need to actually go grab that from the project. For some reason, I don't know why that wouldn't be in there. I must have not selected it. That's what it is. 4L, 4R. Okay. Lead vocal dry. Okay. And we're not going to do the male. We do want the lead vocal throws. Okay. So not all the songs are going to have this many voices, by the way. This one has quite a lot because there's a lot of vocal stacks. but I need to go grab 3R. So let's refresh the screen so that we can kind of start over. And I'm going to grab 3R. And I also want to grab this male one again because I want to grab a couple male vocals for that vocal and just to audition them. Oh, that time it loaded them together. That's the first time I did that. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't have to do them individually. All right, so I know that I want Leela for the BGV. I want to try Aaron. I don't know who Rohit is. Marcos, let's try him. And Dorian. That's 4. So it gives me 4. So let's try those. High quality. And let's run it. And while those are processing, just so you can kind of hear what the original vocal. Now, this is an example of this is male to male, but just an example of what it sounds like to actually transform, one male voice to another male voice. I don't know why I don't hear anything. So it's not a bad vocal. I mean, that's me. That's my voice. But let's see what that same voice sounds like with Aaron on lead vocal male. Let's give it a shot and see what it sounds like. So I don't like it as much as mine, actually. I prefer mine, but let's see what Marcos sounds like with that lead vocal male version. Go over here. Nope. I don't like any of those. Let's try this one. Wrong one. Okay, so I actually don't love any of them, but if I was to choose one, I would probably choose that one. So we'll go ahead and select that one. And let's go ahead and go back to Leela and pick up that one vocal that we missed, which is already selected. So we'll go ahead and export that, and we'll be done with this song. Okay. Now I just want to just double check in that folder, make sure that before we leave this, we have everything. Got the lead vocal dry, lead vocal male, lead vocal throws. We got the, okay, these barks, I don't know why they're in there, but I don't want the barks. We don't need those. And we don't have all the, that's really interesting. We're still missing BGV 1 and 2. Okay. And then where is Dorian? Okay, so we have Dorian's. Perfect. So we need to go in. We actually do need to go get 1 and 2, which is strange. Thought we got those, but we'll grab them. So it's basically those right there. Let's see if it lets us grab 4. It's letting us grab 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay, and let's select the artist. We're going to go with Leela. Go with high quality. This is going to pick up here in a little bit. I'm actually learning a lot here with this because they've updated the interface a little bit. So I'm already improving my workflow instead of having to do each file individually. And so sorry you're having to look over my shoulder with this, but maybe if you're watching after the fact, you can just kind of speed up and slow down. From here on out, it's really just more of the same. It's just importing the original vocal and choosing and exporting the voice model. And so I'll try to pick up speed once we get to the next song. This one is like I said, this one has a particular high number of vocals in it. Okay, so why did it import barks? I didn't want to import barks. Why do I keep doing that? I want BGVs, not barks. Okay, the barks are at the top. I need these 4. All right, those 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, select Leela. Okay. All right, I promise this is the last time. This shouldn't take terribly long. Yeah, so once we get all these vocals processed, and this is a pain, so much of production, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of production is stuff like this. Uploading files, downloading files, transferring files, processing files. It's like 5 minutes of it is mixing the song, which is my personal favorite thing to do. All right, so we got 1L here. Okay, so we're going to just export these. All right, and go to 2, 1R, sorry. And then, yep, 2L. And finally, 2R. Okay, so let's just double check in the folder, make sure we got everything for this one. I'll be quite pleased to be done with this song, at least in this stage of it. Okay, so we have BGV 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sets of BGVs. We have the lead vocal dry, lead vocal throws. Looks like that's good. That looks like that's great. All right. So it's time to move on to the next song. So I can just clear this out. We're going to start over. And we're going to go to the next song, which is not that one. And I can't remember, honestly, I can't remember if this one uses female or children, because this will be one, if it's children, it would be the ones that haven't been completed yet. So it's on the move. Let's see. That's a child voice. So we're going to wait on that one too, because that model's going to be my custom one, which probably isn't ready. And that doesn't require models at all. I'm a Firefighter is also children. And We Totally Rock is also children. Okay, so everything else remaining now is children's voices, which we can go check on it. But I'm almost positive it's still training. It is still training. So we have to wait for this to be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to move on in the next video. We're still going to export more of the AI voices, but in the next video, I can go ahead and take some of the songs that I've got all the voice models I need, and we can start moving into the mixing and mastering phase of those songs. So be sure to join me on the next live stream or the next video in the series where we actually are in the mixing and mastering stage. We're going to replace the vocal and then finally mix it and master it. So we're in the home stretch with this project. We're going to get these songs done. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to talk about or cover in future videos. Other than that, have a great one. I'll be seeing you here after